Hello guys, I'm here to talk to you today about multiplying decimals and the steps involved in that. And firstly, you'll have to excuse my voice, but I lost it when I went to the ECHA and I haven't found it since. Okay, so this is really talking about when you have a decimal number that's multiplied by a whole number and how to do those steps. Okay, so two things to remember. The first thing you're going to do is complete the multiplication as normal, and you're not going to worry about thinking about the decimal point in the question. Just forget about it for the first step. The second step is once you finish your multiplication, you need to add in the decimal point into your answer, and I'll show you exactly where it would belong, and it depends on the question. Okay? So firstly, do your multiplication, forget about the decimal. Secondly, don't forget about the decimal when you put it in your answer. Okay, so do the multiplication first. So 9 times 8 is 72. Put your 2 down, carry a 7. 9 9s are 81. Plus 7 is 88. Put your 8 down and then carry your second 8. 9 times 0 is 0. Plus 8 is 8. 9 times 0 is 0. Okay, first step finished. Now you've got to think about where your decimal point belongs. So the trick to getting it in the right place is to look at the decimal number in the question, and you've got to think how many numbers in the question are after the decimal. 1, 2, 3. Your decimal point goes 3 places in this case. So starting here, 1, 2, 3, and that's our answer. Okay? So the key to getting the decimal in the right place is to look at where it is in the question, the decimal number in the question, and then put it that many places in your answer. Okay, so let's do another example. Alright, so 0.1321 multiplied by 4. 4 times 1 is 4. So I'm doing the first step now, remember, just doing the multiplication without worrying about the decimal. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. Put my 2 down, carry my 1. 4 times 1 is 1, plus 1 is 5. Okay, 4 times 0 is 0. Rightio, now I've got to put it in the right place. So in my question, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers after my decimal point. So my decimal point is going to go 4 places in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that's our answer. Okay, so this one is a little bit trickier, but it's using your knowledge of adding decimals as well in your answer. And I have to add the decimals because I've got a number that is larger than a 1. So I've got 28 now. Okay? So we're going to still do these steps, and then the last thing we would need to do with any larger multiplication is add our steps together to get our final answer. Okay, so firstly, complete the multiplication. This might take a little bit longer than the other questions. Okay, so 8 times 2 is 16. Pull my 6 down, carry my 1. 8 times 3 is 24, plus my 1 is 25. Okay, 5, pull my 2 down. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Put my 0, carry my 1. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 1 is 33. Okay, that's my first part of my question done. Now, you can add the decimals in at the end if you want to, but I think it's helpful to do it now. Okay, so I've got 2 numbers after my decimal place here, so it goes 2 places in. And that will help to make sure that we've lined up our decimals correctly to get our answer when we do our addition stage. Alright, so just to keep it nice and clean, I'll get rid of the ones that I've used. Over here, cross them off so I don't get them confused. Okay, now like any larger multiplication, now that I've done the 8 multiplied, I'm actually going to put a 0 down first. Don't forget that step, that's basic multiplication from term 1. Put my 0 down first because I'm multiplying by 20. Now I can just use the 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, put my decimal place in now. 1, 2 places in because we've got 2 numbers after my decimal. Okay, now I'm not finished yet. I need to add this, which is what I've been talking about the whole time. Okay, so my decimals are lined up, which is important. So I would put my decimal point in my answer first. I think that's helpful. 6 plus 0 is 6. 5 plus 4 is 9. 0 plus 6 is 6. 3 plus 2 is 5. 3 plus 8 is 11. Okay, decimal points in my answer. We're all finished. Okay, so the steps that you need to remember, just to recap, you're going to complete your multiplication as normal. Don't worry about the decimal places. The second thing, you're going to add the decimal place into your answer, and it depends how many numbers you have after the decimal point as to how many you go in your question. If you get a larger decimal multiplication, you would complete it as normal with your 28 here. So making sure that you put the 0 in your second line, and then of course you would add them up, making sure you've got the decimal in your answer. If you, in your exam, for example, didn't put these decimal places in, but you just did this one, technically that's not showing complete knowledge. So you might lose some marks for that. Make sure you show your decimal all the way through in your answer. Alright, good luck, boys. If anyone finds my voice, let me know.